Hi students, I am Praveen Shetty, your English teacher. In my last session, I explained you how to write a job application. In this session, I'm going to look at curriculum vitae, or CV as it is generally known. So the objective of this session is to make you write a curriculum vitae, or it's also called as resume. So in a curriculum vitae, you have several things. Uh, First one is the contact information. It's followed by personal information. Then you have to write about your job, and then you can write about your education. Then, if you have got computer skills, you need to mention that, and your language skills, and your awards, and if you have got membership in any professional bodies, you need to mention that, and you also have to tell about your interests. And finally, the referees, or people who whom can be contacted for getting information about you. So these are some of the things that you need to have. It's not necessary to have all these things. I think it all depends on your needs. So if you do not have a membership in any club, or a professional membership in any, for example, in accountant, or if you're not a professional member of a teaching club, then you don't have to mention about this point. Otherwise, it's good to mention the professional memberships that you have. So I told you that it has to be written in an order, so that is important. So this is how it looks like. You have to start with the contact information, and under that, you need to mention your name, address, mobile number, and email. And then, if you do not have an email, you need to have one. Then, about your personal information, about your date of birth, place of birth, citizenship, gender, marital status. So sometimes citizenship is not required if you are applying for a job within the state, but if it is an international job, then you need to mention citizenship. Then career. So that's about your job. So you can mention how many years of experience you have, and you need to mention where you worked and what position you worked and for how many years. Those details are very much needed. Otherwise, I think it's very difficult to get the information about you for an employer. So for an employer, all these details are required. And here you have to mention about your education. So here I have started with the SSLC here, you can see, and then going up to PUC, UG, and PG. And this table again is changeable. It can be made according to your requirement. For example, if you are applying for an engineer's job, then I don't think that you need to mention SSLC marks or institution or year of passing and all that. You can start straight away with PU, and then university examination, and then if you have done any PG, then you can mention that. So you can drop some of these if you have higher qualifications. So you can start, if you have PhD and all, I think you can start with UG, and then PG, and then PhD. So it all depends again according to your qualification and your skills. Then computer skills, if you have, you need to mention that I know computer is not sufficient. You have to specifically mention what languages can you use, or what courses you have done, and you need to include what you studied under that computer course. So if you just say computer literate, it's not sufficient, it's not very clear. Then language skills. So sometimes employers look for people who have a specific language skill. For example, if you are working in Bangalore, you are required to speak in Kannada, English, or Hindi, or some or one of the South Indian languages. So that's why language skills are also important here. Then awards. So this is not necessary, but if you have got if you have got awards and any honors, then you can mention that here. So mention what the award is for and the year. So those are important. Then professional membership. So if you are a member of a professional club, for example, if you are an accountant, as I said, you may be the member of International Chartered Accountants or something like that. So that you can mention here if you have any membership. Then about your interests. So you can mention what you're interested in, but be specific again. For example, if you write, I'm interested in dancing, that is not very specific when you compare. I am good at classical dancing. So classical tells you or specifies the field in dance, or it may be a Western dance or South Indian dance form. So anything. So be specific when you mention. And then here you have reference. So it means you have to mention the name of the people, their contact details, their emails if you have, and in advance you need to tell your referees that you are going to apply for this job, and sometimes they may get a call inquiring about you. So this is how you can go about writing a CV. So here I have an exercise for you. On the left side I have got all the required information, and on the right side I have jumbled the information that you require to put here. So the first one is name. I think you can easily find it here, and that is Ankita Shetty, should go here. And then address. So address is here, Sri Nilaya, Hanehalli, Barkur, Udupi. So then mobile number. So it's here, so you can put that one here. And email, it is here, and you need to put that here. So you think that you are Ankita, and then you have to fill the information. So date of birth, I think yeah, this is how you need to write. Instead of writing in 20 I think 1992, you better write 20th September 1992. That's going to be very clear, because sometimes the formats of these dates change. The month comes first and the date comes next, so there should not be any confusion. So this is how you can write. Then place of birth, that is Hanehalli here, and then citizenship, and that is Indian, which should go here. And then gender. Gender means whether you're male or female, or if you are third gender, you can write other. Okay, so that should go here. And then marital status, so whether you are married or single, so you can write single here. If you are married, you can write that here. Then career, employment experience, so you can write the number of years of experience, 3 years. And then work history, so here is the detail. Worked as an English teacher in St. Francis School, Brahmau, from 2014 to 2015, from June to April. So that month is also important. And again, there is one more here. So presently working as an English teacher in St. SS Convent School, Udupi, from 2015 June till date. So you don't have to mention till date if you have mentioned presently here. So that's how it should be. So if you arrange it, it looks like this. So this is the first part of your CV. The second part is here, the education. So I have not changed anything here. And then your skills, again this is jumbled. So computer skills, you can say PGDCA. I have not included any specific languages, but you can add the languages that you are thorough with. or good at. Then language skills. So you can use Kannada, Hindi, and English. Sometimes you can make a table and write like this. In the first column, you can write the languages, and on top you can write read, write, and speak. So you can just put a tick mark. So that would be more specific about your language abilities. Then your interests. So here it is. This is the one which should go here. Reading English novels, and you can also say that you are, I mean, if you are an Yక్షಗಾನ artist, you can write that here. Then reference. So you have got two people here. Savita Suvarna, who is a principal, SS Convent School, Udupi. Contact number is given. So that can be here. And again, this Mrs. Kamini Bhatt, which can be put here. Principal, St. Francis School, Brahmawar. Contact number is 9285 642430. So that should come in the reference section. It's also good to mention the email. Okay, so email address. So I have not mentioned here, but it's good to give the email address. But before you give it to someone, take the consent or take the permission of your principals when you are referring them. Then, so finally you have this line, I hereby certify that the information furnished in the CV is true to the best of my knowledge. So you have to put your signature and name here. So that is how you need to write a CV. Again, I'm going to tell you there is no hard and fast rule, but you need to write a CV according to the requirement, but you should not change the basic format of the CV. I hope this is useful. This is how it looks like once you put that in order. I hope this is useful to you, and thank you for watching this PPT. Have a good day.